Hello, everyone. This is Alicia Brashay at Cosmic Gateway. This is Intuitive Guidance Insights for Card C, if you've chosen this one here. And this will be for April 2021. Um, this is actually take two because I was halfway through recording it and it stopped. So obviously, it wanted me to re-go over um, the card. Okay, all right, cool. Let's see. Hmm. Some real interesting abrupt energies are coming through in the initial stage of this month, what it feels like, but then it transpires and comes through. Just give me a second here. So, okay, so we've got the Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Knight of Cups. Feels like a breakthrough with that Knight of Cups. I'll show you the cards in a second when I finish shuffling. But we've got the crab symbology, so it can link into Cancer energies. Ooh, I've got Four of Cups. Okay. Um, I've got yeah, I've got two Cancerian energies here. So I think we've got Mars going into Cancer towards the end of the month. So that could be significant. And then followed by the Fool card. I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a couple other cards. So I do monthly intuitive guidance on my Facebook subscribers channel. So if you want to um, continue um, continue getting these updates, I do them on there, and I'll put the link below where you can sign up for that if you feel guided to. Whew, okay. This is a very independent energy I feel coming through here. Really interesting. Okay, just gonna pull two more. Ascension and the lovers. There's a lot of love energy. When I did the first spread, there was a huge amount of love energy that was coming through here. This reading looks a little bit different, but there's definitely a lot of themes of partnership and love that are coming through in April. All right, cool. So ooh, okay, so I've got the Three of Pentacles. That feels to me, and as you guys know, I read these intuitively, not in traditional sense, but this feels like a lot of mental energy, a lot of cogs turning, trying to work things out. But you can see how things are pointed upward, but it's like there's a lot of components that are trying to work in, um, what's the word I'm looking for, in cohesion with one another. But there's various parts that need to sort of co-join and connect and come inward and upward because there's this trying to connect, but there's this discord. And I think that comes in here with the Four of Swords. It seems like there's a blockage that's sitting somewhere within the energy space. It kind of, to me, it feels like heart and throat. So it's like whatever's happening within the energetic body, there's a heart energy that has been in transpiring into an activation, but there's a blockage when it hits the throat. That's what I see when I look at that card. You might have your own interpretation of it. But to me, that really feels like there's a disconnect between heart and mind. It's like the energy isn't flowing directly or correctly. There's like a feeling sense in the heart space, and then the mind says something else. So it's about being able to bring in and merge those two energies so that they're working in harmony and resonance with one another. But then that's followed by the Knight of Cups, and that feels like a much more freeing energy. This feels like emotional liberation or getting to the cracks of what that disconnect has been or where the original point that stems from. You can see he's holding up a chalice, it's got a crab in there, and then you've got the peacock down here. So there's a lot of symbology in there. So it can be Cancer energy, but this, Cups energy can be connected to water signs as well. But the peacock to me is that symbol of the ascended being, the ascended master. So it's a real path to enlightenment, this journey that's going on, whatever's this energetical space is, like trying to piece things together, work it all out, and get the energy and connection flowing once more. Then we have the Four of Cups. So this can lead to disappointment or disillusionment when it comes to, emotional fulfillment or relationships. It can be friendships, it can be romantic partnerships. But this is an energy of nostalgia, reflection, or looking back at the past. And sometimes that is necessary in the purpose of before leading forward and taking that jump and taking that step, because then that is followed by the Fool card. Yeah. So you can see him standing in strong and having a lot of strength and ready to start a new adventure. What has he got here? Oh, interesting. He's holding the different elements. So there's a lot of symbology in here. Holding a fireball and water. So, like, holding that purpose and passion, but then also that emotional stability and maturity. And we've got crocodile, we've got a tiger, we've got a butterfly, we've got a dove, and then there's like all the different coins of all the 12 different zodiac signs. So it really is moving into a new phase and a new cycle. But it's being able to move through that energetic space to get to that new phase. Um, so as I look at them matching down here with the other cards, we've got the Ten of Fire. So too much work, needing to accept help from others, life is out of balance, stress related health concerns. So that's just a lot that can be happening all at once on all different levels, that really fast paced energy. But quite often in the 10 energy, when it's at that completion phase, that's generally where things get quite hectic and crazy. So it's being able to find the support and balance that you need in able to get through that. And that can be on a physical level, it can be on an emotional level, it can be mental, it might be that springboard or being able to bounce and speak to someone. Often you can come to your own realizations when you're able to have that springboard of, being able to talk it out with someone, whether that's a friend or whether that's seeking, professional guidance and support. And then we have the Hermit card. So we've got 9, a lot of wrapping up cycle, um, spending time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self discovery. To me, um, this really speaks to me about, being able to become your own master, self mastery. There's, that intro introspection in inner reflection, but it's finding that light, like that beauty, and it's like those epiphany moments when you can sit in that solitude and feel into what wants to come through for you. And then we have the release card, so the end of a phase of the situation. Don't you just love it? Spiritual transformation and time to move on. So it really is that moving out of one cycle, moving, and that can be the most uncomfortable phase because you can kind of feel the energy. It's like I talk about the Vesica Pisces. You can feel the new energy that's coming in, but the old is still wrapping up, and that phase can go as long as it needs to. There's no real time frame in it except your own cycles and rhythms, and it's being patient with that as it sort of ebbs and flows. And some days you can be on that higher timeline and other days you're back in that sort of clearing phase, and that can oscillate until it anchors in. Then we have the 8. We have the Justice card, so fair decisions, do what you know is right and stand up for your beliefs. So that's like bringing things into final decisions or making a final decision within your own process, or finality in that oscillation that I was talking about. And then right under it, we've got double fools. Sorry, actually no, we've got the Fool and the Magician. So you're ready, the resources, the abilities to manifest, and life is magical. So it's moving into that new fearless state of being in the full energy, the new path, but also having the wisdom of the old cycle of that magician energy of being the master of your master manifestor and master of your own reality. So that coming up in in that space. Look at that. Um, and then down here through the oracle cards, I've got the Saint, Sinner, we've got the Lovers, and then we've got Ascension. So this can be interpreted in various ways, but once again, there's that pattern of going through that clearing phase, then that balance, and then that elevation. So the Saint and Sinner card is looking at the opposing forces, light and dark, within yourself. It's looking at, the Saint and Sinner within you. So that ties into that evaluation and looking at that disconnect. And that can be part of that healing process for you, finding out where that disconnect sits in that space. The Lovers can be a unification of a relationship, or it can be that unification within yourself, depending on what you feel into and what is resonant for you. But there's a lot of, what really draws me into that card is that like activation star energy that's coming in on her face there. Actually, it's all over the body too. So it's like bringing in that star mapping. I was talking in the intro video how I'm doing this soul star mapping sessions of like bringing in those aspects. Interesting enough, it's tightness similar to the imagery that I get sometimes in sessions, but to me, so that's bringing in an alignment with the soul blueprint. So that can be a joint partnership, or that can be individual, but it is taking through an ascension phase or an elevation stage within yourself, but perhaps within a partnership as well, reaching those greater heights when there's that cohesion and energy in coming into alignment. So it's going to be a big month, but hang in there, hold in there, know that the clearing work that you do is ultimately leading you into lighter, higher times and new pathways. If you do feel like you need assistance and support, I will put details in the description box, different sessions that you can access. And if you want to continue watching my intuitive videos, guidance, that is on the subscription channel. I'll put all the details in the description box below. And until next time, have an amazing April, and sending you so much love.